It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29. A man who is both a prep and collegiate star here in the Lone Star State, De'Von Achane. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Throws the out loud and completes it to Samuel. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets
all the way in for a Miami touchdown. De'Von Achane, 34 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Okay, break.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got him well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
I know some guys that love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Again on second down, it's Stroud. And his throw here is incomplete.
Intended for number 87, incomplete. Cam Smith there defensively.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second and 6. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience I can tell you that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Oh, look at the juke. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. All right, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Waddle, the motion man, right. Here's 2nd and 8. Steps away to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, one of the things we talked about coming into this one is we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Deebo Samuel from 8 yards out, and they are able to add on to their advantage. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
14, Texans 3.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 32-yard line. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. from the gun. He'll hand this off.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Texans 3.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. He's on his way. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Rolling to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
In motion, the tight end. On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane with career touchdown number 70. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Stroud. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
The second down throw now from Stroud. And he whips that one incomplete there. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Stroud out of the gun here. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Will Anderson in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Play action. Stroud now. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 79 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
A 49-yard attempt.
And that is no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Deion Henley. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And quickly they get to the line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back to throw again. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. First throw now for the backup Tua Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, here's Stroud. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60%.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Richie Grant. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
Here's Stroud. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They'll get 34 yards there. Stroud to throw it. His throw caught at about the 5. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Stroud. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Stroud now on 4th down. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Waddle, the motion man right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Miami.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Let's go now. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. 4th down, 4th quarter, here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And now they'll shift things around. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
it got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Going quickly out to the right side. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And now off to the races down the right side. Saquon Barkley. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 58 yards. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were. And my goodness, another interception. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On second down, it's Stroud. his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Stroud on 3rd down now. That is caught. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point try now for Patterson. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
49, Texans 20.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
This is taken at the 23. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Dolphins, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.